What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 11, episode 17. So we start this episode off with all of the ladies getting this invitation. It's a beautiful invitation. The person drives up to their doorway with a flower, the invitation. They're driving, I think, a Rolls Royce or a Bentley or something of that sort, and they're all being invited to Dorits Party. Now, Dorit is having a launch party for her wedding gown line. And Dorit is saying, listen, you know, it never rains in Southern California, only when you're ready to throw a party. So we see her meeting with her party planner, coming up with plan B, C, D, E, because it is actually raining in the party is in 3 days. And so I guess they're predicting more rain. So they're coming up with some plans and figuring it out, you know. Now, while that is going on, Kathy Hilton is having the ladies over for a spa day, but she only invited a few of the ladies. She invited Kyle, Lisa, and Erica. She said, you know, let Erica relax, you know, do something nice for her in an environment where she doesn't have to feel like she's got to fight, you know. Then we see Kathy talking to her dog again. She said they talk to each other. They be having whole conversations. And I believe her, because it's Kathy Hilton. I believe her. Kathy's dog talks to her and she talks back, and they have a whole conversation. I believe her because it's Kathy Hilton. So Lisa and Kathy do the facial first, and it's like this, you know, facial with the Reiki energy. And I've had a Reiki treatment. If y'all have never had a Reiki treatment, y'all should have one. It is very relaxing, and it's supposed to align your chakras. They asked Kathy where her third eye was and how to align her chakras, because the lady was explaining it to Kathy. Kathy said, "Oh, I don't know. When they start talking like that, I just zone out. I don't know nothing about that." And again, I believe her. Now, while that's going on, Kyle is talking to Erica. And once again, honey, Erica has a doozy of a story to tell us. So she said that, you know, it's just been a lot going on. She's just stressed out. She asked her about going to Dorit's party. She said, yeah, I'm going to Dorit's party. She said, well, you know, what about Sutton? And she said, girl, what about Sutton? That ship has sailed. That door is closed. She don't say nothing to me. I won't say nothing to her. She stay on her side of the room. I'll be on my side of the room, and life will be fine. And of course, you know, Kyle wants to try to play let's make up, and Erica was very much giving her, no, that's not happening. So then she asked her about, well, how, you know, when you said you were stressed out, what's going on, girl? And Erica starts talking about how the house was broken into and Tom confronted the burglar and then had to go to the hospital. So when you say confronted, like, did he have a gun? Did the guy retreat? Was there an altercation? When you say he went to the hospital, what, did the man get beat in the head? Did Tom fall down the steps? Like, why did he go to the hospital? So Erica ends up talking about well, you know, he's got glaucoma, and I don't know, they think it might have been the stress or something about the... What? So now the man got glaucoma. I don't know a lot about glaucoma. I know that my parents have had it. I know my grandparents had it. You had the little surgery, zoop, zoop, zoop. It was like in and out. They went home that day. They was fine. I don't know what Tom fucking had. That the man breaking in his house set his glaucoma off to the point where he had to go have surgery. I feel like if you had said that Tom fell during the altercation, during the confrontation, but glaucoma. Then she said her son went to go check on Tom, and on his way home, he rolled his car 6 times because it was snowing. And Kyle is looking at her like, where the fuck was it snowing? Erica was like, well, he doesn't live here. He lives further out. Further out than there's snow? And thank God your son is okay. I don't want to, you know, make light of that. Thank God he's okay, but, huh? And then Kyle was like, well, how did you know that all this was going on? Because remember, you ain't supposed to be talking to Tom. So either you're still talking to Tom, which Or your son is talking to Tom, which basically is the same thing as you talking to Tom. Or maybe somebody at the house called you. Like, how did you find out about this whole situation? Anyway, I still don't feel like, did y'all feel like we got a clear answer about how the fuck she found out? I think she said she told us something, but girl, bye. Anyway, Erica, listen, I ain't saying that the story is a lie. I'm going to just say I don't believe it. Not the way you said it happened, I don't. I ain't saying that, I ain't going to say that somebody didn't break in the house. I ain't going to say your son wasn't in the car accident. I'm going to just say that I think that there was some embellishment to the story. That's all I'm going to say, Erica. That's all I'm going to say. Then we have this whole scene with Garcelle meeting, you know, with her matchmaker. I don't care. I mean, I hope you find love, but I don't care. At all. So Crystal has Kyle over to the house. And we see the basement that she is renovating. Listen, they've got this beautiful home and they have this basement to renovate, and the renovations are going to cost them damn near $1 million. She said that, you know, she's frugal and she don't like spending money like that. But her husband is like, I work hard. I should be able to spend my money the way I want to spend my money. I'm with your husband. He wants a golf simulator, and that's what's costing the most money because he's so tall. And so they have to dig into the ground for there to be enough space for him to swing his golf, to swing his golf, what they call them, the stick, club, without, I guess, tearing up the roof. Okay. It's his house. Listen, anytime your husband wants something that you think is extravagant, this is what I want you to do, Crystal. What would Mufasa do? What would Mufasa do? And then just go for it, okay? Then her and Kyle get to talking. And once again, Crystal has to remind Kyle that everybody don't have to be friends. Everybody don't have to get along. It's okay if we're at a dinner party and I don't like you and you don't like me. As long as you stay on your side of the room and I stay on my side of the room, I don't see what the big deal is. But pause, I'm sorry. She said she don't mind spending money on things that appreciate in value, i.e. her Birkin bags. But whatever. Listen, again, I'm all for spending the money. As long as you're still saving. Listen, I think everybody should live some sort of cross between planning for the future and you only live once. Like, I think you should be on that corner of planning for your future boulevard and you only live once avenue. That's the corner you should stand on your whole life, okay? So if y'all got money in the bank and y'all are invested and y'all are doing good, girl, go. Live your best life. Again, Crystal is just trying to let, you know, Kyle know that, girl, it's just not that deep. And the thing I did forget to bring up last week, which I'm mad at myself because this was a valid point, because Kyle starts making a big deal about, well, don't talk about me behind my back. Because, again, she's trying to defend her trying to push Sutton into having that conversation with Erica Jane. Well, just don't talk about me behind my back. If you got a problem with me, let me know you have a problem with me. And Garcelle was like, au contraire, mon frere. Because that's exactly what you did to me last year. You had a problem with me. You thought I hadn't paid the money at the thingy-mabob, and you waited until the reunion to bring it up instead of saying something to me and calling me. And Kyle was like, well, I don't handle the money. I don't have anything to do with the money. You handled the money enough to know I hadn't paid and brought it up at the damn reunion last year. You handled the money enough for that. So then she gonna say, well, I thought we got past that, Garcelle. Girl, see, this is the thing that, and this comes up later on in the episode. This is the thing that pisses me off about y'all. Y'all did get past it. But again, it was a valid argument, and it was a good example for Garcelle to bring up to say, listen, I know me and you moved past it, and we're in a good place. But let's not forget that the reason why I had a problem with you is because you did the exact same thing to me that you claim you don't do. That's it. That's all. I'm not going back there. I'm not mad with you. But then, of course, it turned into this whole conversation about Garcelle. And I don't understand why she doesn't feel like she's a part of the group. And I don't understand why she doesn't feel like she's accepted by us. Girl, that don't mean well, she did talk about she felt like an outsider. Again, that's a whole nother conversation later on down the road. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things where I'm like, girl, You're sitting here trying to make it seem like Garcelle didn't make a valid point. Kyle, you make me sick. Anyway, so PK and Dorit go over to Kyle and Mauricio's to have dinner, honey. Listen, did y'all see them 5 dogs running around Kyle's kitchen? While they was cooking. Did y'all see Kyle making that same broccolini and salmon that she made when they was down at the Lake Tahoe? And didn't she serve them broccolini earlier this season? Now, Kyle, you say you're such a great cook, but I feel like every time I see you cooking the same damn thing. So Kyle tells Dorit the story about the car accident and her son, Erica's car, not the car accident, about Tom's house getting broken into and the car, rolling 6 times and that whole situation. And of course, Dorit is like, what? Oh my gosh, what? What's going on? No. What? So they end up having dinner. And of course, Erica is the topic of the conversation for the whole dinner. I said, oh, I know Erica. I really should have. I need to check her social media because I know Erica is hot after this episode. Because when I say they was giving her the blues, now to Dorit and Kyle's credit, they tried. They tried not to engage. Mauricio too. They tried not to engage. But listen, PK was funny, and not only was he funny, he was right. PK was like, listen. Y'all believe that story? Oh, okay. Well, I got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you. It was clear that PK wasn't buying none of what Erica was selling. Okay? He was like, listen, all I'm going to say is this. Because he said the same thing about the car accident. I mean, about Tom's surgery and stuff. He was like, so how did Erica find out? If she's not talking to him and she's not supposed to be in any kind of contact with him, how did she find out all this information? How did she know? And then he was saying something about, they went back to the first accident where Erica was talking about them doing surgery on his ankle or surgery on his brain. And oh my gosh, they fell out because PK was like, okay, so he's a lawyer, not a soccer player, but they had to make a decision about operating on his ankle or operating on his brain first. Like what? I mean, it was hilarious. And I'm going to be honest with you. In that moment, I am PK. If I'm at that dinner party and I'm in the same situation that they're in, I am PK. And all I know, though, is Dorit, you're going to pay for that whole conversation at the reunion. Well, I know they already taped the reunion. And they said that things got heated. And I feel like that's the conversation, or at least one of the conversations that came up. Because they get the episodes early. So Erica would have already seen this episode maybe before the reunion, maybe not. But enough has been said for Erica to have a problem, child. So all of the ladies show up to the party, including Kathy. Now, we were debating on my live the other day about Kathy not going to Garcelle's and, her canceling was that, rude. But we know she quit the show at some point. So I'm not sure if that's when she quit the show. But neither here nor there. All the ladies were in attendance at Dorits Party. And the party was gorgeous, okay? It looked gorgeous. It was gorgeous. The ladies looked really nice. Lisa had on a dress that was so tight her ass couldn't walk forward up the steps. But listen, girl, if you like it, I love it. And Harry Hamlin ended up coming. I feel like Harry only showed up so he could promote his new movie where he playing Tom Brokaw. But he was there, child. He was there. Now, the party looked like it was beautiful. She was introducing her wedding dress line. She had her daughter be the first model in her flower girl outfit, which was so cute. And she had this big reveal. She had the pool area closed off and it was covered up. And then she had this big reveal where, the sheet fell and the models were behind, in the dresses. And she explained what each dress was. And they did like a little fashion show through the house. And she explained what each dress represented in the name of the dress and all of that. Now, listen, the dresses, for the most part, were beautiful. They really were. That one dress called the Pearl that has like 7,000 pearls on it. Why that dress like $35,000? Now, this is all I have to say about that. That is beautiful, but the average bride is not paying that for a gown. Like, I just feel like you don't have you don't have a Vera Wang clientele. Who buying that dress? I don't know. Maybe I don't know nothing about fashion. Maybe she tapped into the right people and they're going to buy that damn dress. I don't know. But girl, good luck to you. But like I said, I thought it was a really nice evening. Dorit, you did a good job with that. I must say that now. I give credit where credit is due. So then they ended up having dinner, you know, and they're sitting around and everybody's being very polite, you know, they're, you know, making small talk and all that good stuff, you know, they eating the food and yada yada do and yada yada this. And PK, he gonna whisper to Kyle, talking about something. You gonna tell Erica about the other night? Kyle was like, hell nah, you gonna tell her? He was like, what? I didn't say nothing wrong. Kyle's face was like, bitch, what? Like, what? So once dinner was over, all of the guys go outside to have cigars and drinks outside, and the ladies are inside talking. And I find it interesting that somewhere along the line, we started off, there were people there. I feel like there were people there outside of, maybe not, maybe it was just, yeah, no, it wasn't. It was, never mind. Scratch what I was going to say. So the ladies are talking now. Erica and Lisa are sitting at the table, but the rest of the ladies are talking, and somehow or another, Kyle brings up what Garcelle said in the interview with Mario Lopez, where she said, and I remember when this happened, when she said the girls are coming for her this season, but she's ready for it. And Dorit, why would you say that, Garcelle? The ladies aren't coming for you. What do you mean? And Garcelle was like, listen, I did that interview right after the situation where you confronted me, and so that's how I felt. It is what it is. And Dorit was like, well, I didn't come for you. And Garcelle was like, you absolutely came for me. You absolutely. And she was like, well, I just feel like you need to say what you mean and mean what you say. If you feel like I'm talking too much, just say I'm talking too much. Don't make little smart jabs. Don't make little snide comments. And this is the thing that pisses me off again about these ladies. First of all, Dorit, you can't take it because everybody on this show has told you talk too damn much. And you get mad and you get offended. Hell, you and Kyle had a whole argument in episode number 3 because Kyle tried to tell you to be quiet because you was talking too much and you got mad about that. So no, you don't take it well when people tell you to shut the hell up, because people tell you to shut the hell up all the time, and you know what you do? You get mad. Second of all, y'all talking about some don't throw jabs, just tell me straight up, but y'all throw jabs in y'all confessionals all the time. So what's the bigger hypocrite? You throwing a jab when I'm not around, or you throwing a jab in my face and it's a hee hee ha ha moment? Girl, bye. So that turned into a whole situation. And once again, Garcelle was like, and then so Dorit was like, well, why do you feel like an outsider? I don't understand why you feel like an outsider. She was like, because I am. Because I do. And once again, here I am. You're, you know, basically attacking me. Well, she wasn't attacking her, but you coming for me again. And Miss Lisa Rinna, I want to work on our friendship, don't have my back. She over there at the table. Now, Lisa in her confessional talking about, whatever, Garcelle, you a big girl. You can handle it. I mean, you can handle Dorit. But again, you defend who you want to defend, when you want to defend it, how you want to defend it. Now, the funniest thing about this conversation was that Kathy Hilton didn't know who the hell Bernie Sanders was. When that meme was going around after the election of Bernie Sanders and sitting his ass at that damn inauguration like he was ice fishing down to the fucking Alaska, and that shit went viral. Kathy Hilton gonna call Kyle talking about who was this old man. Now, that shit was funny to me. I mean, because she wasn't wrong about him being an old man, but the fact that she said, who is this old man? Okay? Kathy was giving us some comic relief. Okay? Now, Harry Hamlin decided he wanted to go inside, and the guys was like, I wouldn't do it if I was you. You better stay out here with us. Harry was like, what you think? He gonna tip his head in talking about something. Is it safe? Lisa was like, it is not. You should have stayed over there with PK. Either way, that's where the episode ends. We're going to pick up next week. It looks like we're going to have the same conversation yet again in a different setting, where they're going to try to make Sutton and Erica talk, and they're going to try to get Garcelle to explain why she feels like she's an outsider amongst these group of ladies. Listen, it is what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Peace.